When the people of Anumansa, otherwise known as Elmina, and Ogwa, which is Cape Coast, came into contact with the Europeans in the late 15th century, a lot of things were exchanged musically. The native people had their own sounds, including but not limited to Azewa, Osode, Abatampa, Ompe, and others. The British and Portuguese, however, brought a different vibe, especially in terms of instruments. To be precise, they introduced the Brassband music in the then Gold Coast. This new wave of sound or music with its unique instrument was mostly limited to the colonial powers military. There is evidence to the effect that Brassband music in current Ghana began from Cape Coast due to the fact that the British set up a native orchestra in the Cape Coast Castle. They played Western military marches as well as polkas, quadrilles, and dance music. The kind of brass band music that was popular then changed when the English-speaking West Indies soldiers moved into Cape Coast and Elmina for the Anglo-Ashanti War between 1873 to 1901. When they came in, they brought in the calypsos and other Afro-Caribbean music. The Afro-Caribbean music resonated very well with the Fantis, who had then learned the brass band music from the British soldiers and the Portuguese soldiers they had already come into contact with. The very first brass band group to be formed in the Gold Coast was around the year 1900. It was called Otsaba. It was named after its founder, who was called Agya Otsaba, who used to serve in the military of the colonial government. It is not surprising that older folks in and around Cape Coast still refer to brass band music as Otsaba, all thanks to the first founder of a civil or civilian brass band group in Cape Coast. The band enjoyed popularity from the 1900s through to the 1930s, when other vibrant groups also sprang up from the 60s, the 70s through to the 80s, who also continued the legacy of Otsaba. These new bands owned and localized the brass band music and performed music such as Adaha, Konkomba, and Atwum. Adaha is what has metamorphosed into the high life we know today, the high life that is popular across West Africa. Yes, it came from the brass band music known as Adaha. Konkomba has, however, died down, but Atwum is still popular in Cape Coast. It is still popular in Elmina and the western region of Ghana, Sekendi Takrade. Contemporary brass band groups still play Atwum, which is identified by its energetic dance and its fast-paced rhythm. They also play high life music as well as hip life and to some extent hip-hop and gospel music.